Well, with Christmas time and the holidays, it's time for many families to not only get together, but many families will go see movies, which is why it's a big time of year for movie releases. And we have two movies going head to head. And a lot of people on its face probably assumed that Mufasa would do very well at the box office, considering the original Lion King remake, or I say original, the Lion King remake, whatever you want to call that, which I was not a big fan of. It made over $1 billion. So I think a lot of people anticipated this movie doing very well, Disney obviously being one of them. But the movie franchise Sonic the Hedgehog is kind of a sleeper one. It's one that I've really enjoyed, our kids really like, and now we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and it's looking like it's edging out Mufasa perhaps on opening weekends. So we're going to take a look at this Deadline article here and also see how Moana 2 is doing, because I think it's slowing down a bit, and I don't think it's going to hit that $1 billion mark that I'm sure Disney was hoping for, and we'll go over all that. So hi, I'm Jared with Capture the Magic, and again, this is from Deadline. It says Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at 6.5 million and Mufasa at 3.3 million in Thursday's preview. So Sonic the Hedgehog, at this point, is basically doubled Mufasa. So Paramount Sonic the Hedgehog 3 posted 6.5 million last night in previews. That's the official number for Paramount. Disney reports Mufasa did 3.3 million. Those are the best previews ever for a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, ahead of the previous installment of 5 million Thursday, combined overall preview take of 6.25 million. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 opened to 72.1 million, the best so far of the series. Sonic the Hedgehog's previews were 3 million back in February of 2020, and that movie opening up before the pandemic hit $58 million. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is expected to open at 60 million, while Mufasa was originally forecasted to be north of 50 million. Don't know if Mufasa will get there, as its previews aren't that far from Wonka, which had 3.5 million, which did 39 million, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was very close to that as well. Critics are harder on Mufasa at 57% rotten, while Sonic the Hedgehog is at 88% fresh. There's already an audience score for the Sonic 3, and it's a healthy 98%. I have heard very good things about it. We were actually going to go see it as a recording today, but we're going to wait and to go see it with some family over Christmas. I mean, obviously, as somebody who played the Sonic games growing up, and our kids have enjoyed the Sonic movies, they're really fun. Like they don't take themselves too seriously. They're kind of lighthearted. They do have heart to them. They're not the greatest thing you're ever going to see. But what I've seen so far from the reviews of Sonic 3, a lot of people are saying Sonic 3 is the best Sonic movie out there. So it's not often that the third movie in a series ends up being the best one, but it sounds like everything I'm hearing that it's very good. I'm very excited to check it out. I definitely feel like Sonic 3 has a little bit more hype going around it than Mufasa. I haven't seen nearly as much advertising for Mufasa as I have for Sonic, and Sonic was really doing these cool posters that were themed after Christmas classic movies out there. So I think that they really did the marketing very well. It says if Mufasa comes up short this weekend, Disney is hopeful that business will bounce back from Christmas Day onward. Moviegoing has traditionally exploded on Christmas Day as holiday distractions cease and continued strong into the New Year weekend. So, Mufasa, again, I'm not a fan, of remakes. I hate the Disney remakes. I'm not a big fan of just the concept of not even just Disney's, but all these remakes of all these movies. It drives me crazy. I want original stuff. I don't want remakes of things. And I think that's one reason why people like the Sonic franchise. And one reason people like the Sonic franchise is because they actually listen to their fans. So when the very first trailer of Sonic the Hedgehog came out, before it was released in 2020, it looked like the one on the left here. And the audience did not like it. The fan base, they basically just said it looks terrible. They didn't like it. And the director in the studio said, okay, we will make some changes. And they went back and they updated it to more of the traditional Sonic look here. And in response to that, the movie did very well. Shocker, I know. Listening to your fan base and giving them what they want is just, that's wild stuff here. And another thing that will be in Sonic's favor over Mufasa is the budget for the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a little bit over $100 million. So all in, when you throw in the budget for the movie and the marketing budget, it's probably somewhere close to $200 million all in. Somewhere around there, I'd say, is where Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is. And when you look at Mufasa, it's well over a $200 million budget. It's probably $250 million. At least that's what's initially reported. That seems like what everything Disney makes is initially $250 million, no matter what it is. So if you throw in the marketing budget with that, I mean, Mufasa probably to break even is probably going to have to be somewhere closer to $400 to $500 million. Because again, when you talk about box office, takes, that gets split with studios and it gets split with movie theaters. So it's not like Disney or Paramount gets all that money sold. It has a split there. and it depends on where the countries are. So Sonic the Hedgehog 3, even if it doesn't outperform Mufasa, very likely could be more profitable because it wasn't as expensive to make, versus Mufasa is going to be harder. And this is the issue Disney's had with movies, and that all their movies and shows seem to be very expensive. So right out the gate, they have to make many times almost $1 billion for these movies to be profitable, which sets them up pretty easily to just fall short of that. And not every movie, but a lot of these movies are just getting wildly more expensive, multiple reshoots, and this is an issue Disney has had for a while. But they have had some hits this year with Inside Out 2, Deadpool, Wolverine. Moana 2 has been a movie that's done very well, but I don't think it's going to break $1 billion. Currently, it's setting worldwide at $724 million. It's made $380 internationally, $344 million domestically. So I think it slowed down its sales based on the fact of it's not that good of a movie. I mean, we went and saw it. You can tell that it was a show that was turned into a movie. It's not terrible. It's just, it's not the same quality as the first Moana, and I don't think the word of mouth has been as strong as that one is. Now, what'll be interesting is Sonic 3, if this continues to get good word of mouth and people go see it, this is one that could really keep going. And again, I did not care at all for the original Lion King remake. Well, I should say not the original. The original Lion King, I loved as a kid. The Lion King remake that was back in 2019, I thought it was terrible. I did not like it at all. And so I don't know how many people are looking forward to a Mufasa prequel that's in the same light as the remake was there. So I'll have to wait and see how these perform. But personally speaking, I know we're really excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Obviously, you're coming off of the Super Mario Brothers movie a few years ago that was a big hit. So I think you're seeing a lot more of these video game adaptations, maybe finding their footing on how to do these movies and shows, as for the longest time, video game adaptations for movies and shows wasn't the best track record in the world, but it seems like maybe they found their footing with these. And going into 2025, Disney had a good 2024, but 2025 is not as guaranteed. You've got the Captain America 4 movie, where I don't really even know what that's going to do. I feel like it's had a lot of reshoots. The budget has really gotten huge for that movie. I don't really personally think there's much demand to see Captain America outside of Steve Rogers. Plus the MCU where it's at now, not in its best spot. And they even announced Chris Evans is coming back for Secret Wars. So I really know how many people are really going to be flocking to go see Captain America, or at least the new one there. And then you've got Snow White that is going to be coming out this next year by Disney. And I do not believe that movie is going to do well at all, considering every time a trailer comes out, it gets ratioed. Rachel Zegler just, she's kind of put her foot in her mouth a few times, has done her best to bring that movie down.
That it's no longer 1937. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Especially considering that Snow White was the first, animated movie that really put Disney on the map. I think a lot of people were hoping they would pay more, homage to that movie. But 2025, maybe not looking as strong on that front there. But if you are looking to go see a movie over the holidays with your family, you do have plenty of options out there to do that. But either way, that's going to be it though for this video. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel, as we do lots of coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments, are you more excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 or the Mufasa prequel? And until next time, we will see you later.